Good morning to all my fellow Americans here once again. My name is Eduardo Rodriguez. It's been a long time I have posted anything in English. Yesterday I posted a video in Spanish, but I'm going to leave the videos in Spanish for those who know what's already happening in Cuba. I might speak about it, but to the people who don't understand Spanish, well, here I am to explain what's happening, what's really happening. I'm going to do it as short as possible. Well, like I say, I don't know if I mentioned my name. I'm telling you, I'm losing my ability to remember things, but just in case, my name is Eduardo Rodriguez, here from the island of Puerto Rico. And let's go. There's a lot of things that are happening, especially in the United States with the communist situation and people supporting them. You know, well, at least a lot of people know what's happening because they're leaving the Democrat Party, which is officially a communist party, supporting everything that's evil. They did it during the American Civil War. The ignorance is due to people that do not study history. History needs to be studied and known because it can repeat itself. And you have a lot of ignorant people that are even being interviewed. And they're being asked, do you know who's, silly questions like, who was the capital of the United States named to? They don't know that. No, I don't know. They don't even know that. Why was it called Washington, D.C.? To who was the honor? And many other questions. They ask them some questions, and they don't know. So they don't know the situation that's happening and why it's happening. And it's due because I don't know what's happening in the universities. And they should be defunded because many of them, they do not talk about history or the history of the United States, the evils of communism, Islamism, and Nazism, and Antifa, and all these riots. And people that defend communism, they should look at what's happening in Cuba and Venezuela, where people are starving, there's no food. And they're the same communists who has confirmed a shutdown. I mean, we're talking about Chuck Schumer and many other Democrats. It's no longer a Democrat Party, it's officially a Communist Party. And it's the reason why they're shutting down the fundings. And why? Because it's the same communists that do not care that the people go hungry. As a matter of fact, they were interviewing a person. I don't know remember the person was. It could have been Nick Fuentes, but I'm not sure about that because the guy is a communist. He celebrated the birthday of Joseph Stalin. He's anti-Semite. You know, these people, they're communists. It's the reason why Chuck Schumer doesn't care if the people go hungry or are starving. There's a shutdown. Bernie Sanders, another one. No, do not eliminate the shutdown. Keep it up. Why? He doesn't care. He gets his salary. You know, another thing, the court should issue an order that those who support the shutdown should have their salaries canceled until it's reopened, until the economy is reopened. And see what happens. You know, I'm talking about the people that agree with the shutdown, not the Republicans. I'm a Republican, and I don't agree with it. Well, I wasn't always a Republican. I was I was a Democrat up to uh, Clinton, Bill Clinton. Then and I was a fanatic of watching CNN. Then I noticed they were lying about things. And you know, and I said, wait a minute, what's happening here? Then I went to see, I went to hear Donald Trump. I became a Republican. I said, wait a minute. First of all, when Barack Hussein Obama was running for president, I said, wait a minute, something's not right here. The guy's name is, he was born with the name of Barry Soetoro and changed it to Barack Hussein Obama. You know, that was a wake-up call right there. The guy is a Muslim and a communist. His mentor was a communist, a black man. I forgot his name. And his adoptive father was a Muslim. Some say he was born in I think it was Somalia, if I'm not mistaken. But he was born in a Muslim country. And that he altered his birth certificate in order to win the presidency. Married, he was married to a man, Michael DeVoe Robinson, alias Michelle Obama. Even the doctor, his personal doctor said, he got subpoenas. And Obama was a flaming homosexual. In order to get drugs or whatever he wanted, he even had oral sex with these men. There was men that said, look, this guy was a flaming homosexual. And if he ran for president, there would be a whole bunch of people voting for him, no matter what, no matter how evil he is. When he got to the presidency, he really showed how evil he was by sending millions of dollars to Islamic countries. No, I think it was billions. Billions. Had no shame about it. And then apologizing for, I think, World War II and other apologies. When World War II was started by the fascists in Germany and Japan. That's when I said, wait a minute, no longer. No, that's it. The unfortunate thing about my situation is, and others, even including another fellow Marine who's a neighbor of mine who lives nearby, his name is Bobby. We can't vote because we live here in Puerto Rico. I live here in Puerto Rico, even though I was born in the States, and Bobby was born in the States. I live here. I've been married to my wife for 47 years, going to 48 pretty soon. And even though I'm a fan of Donald Trump and his administration and what he's doing, I love it. I love it. And the most thing I would love to do is vote for him. But I'm not allowed to do it. And I'm ignored. I even called to the Republican National Committee and told them about it. I said, no, there's nothing we can do. Nothing we can do. You know, it's kind of sad and unfortunate. And I would request, hey, look, if it can't be done, because I know there's a lot of stupid people in the island, even veterans, that hate them, that are anti-American or pro-independence. You know, a lot of stupid people in the United States. You got them too. But thank God they're not the majority. Because if they were the majority, the Republican Party here in Puerto Rico wouldn't have won. Wouldn't have won the majority. So why not, you know, if you want to go to as far as not wanting us to vote, because we live in Puerto Rico, well then just allow those who are Republicans and are patriots and are true patriots to vote. Forget about those who don't like the United States. Well, don't let them vote. You don't like the United States, well, you can't vote. Ask them, who are you affiliated to? Say, well, I'm affiliated to the Independent Party or the Communist Party of Puerto Rico. Okay, we'll call you. And never call them. But those who are patriots like me, who want to vote for Trump, or like Bobby, we are true patriots and Republicans. Sometimes I feel like leaving the island and going over there to live just in order to vote. But then what do I do with my wife, you know, and my house? My house. You know, it's kind of horrible that, you know, it's going to happen. But that's the politics. Well, I'm here, no matter what, to support Donald Trump, his administration, and what he's doing. And a lot of these supposed Democrat clowns are shutting down the economy. And like I said, they're no longer Democrats. Now they're pure, officially Islamic-communist party. And you can tell because they don't care about people going hungry. If they really do care, they would say, no, let's stop this shutdown and reopen the economy, because we care about the people who are going to be hurt by this shutdown. They don't care. Just like they don't care in Cuba. People, the same thing. People going hungry, dying, starving to death, don't have, dying because of no medicine. I've had contact with people from Cuba telling me, look, I can't even get bread to eat. No, wait a minute. I think this one lady, she told me, yeah, I think it was that. There was no bread. No bread. An island that used to be a booming economy before communism, falling to pieces, buildings crumbling, and in the crumbling, people dying because they're squashed to death by the buildings falling. And they don't care. And if the people protest, they put them in prison, they beat them up. That's how evil communism is. And Bernie Sanders and Mandani and many other, AOC, they're no exception. They will get in power, they will do the same damn thing. Why? Because they're communists. And they know how evil they are. They're just interested in stealing and living the high life themselves, not the people. They don't care about the people. They will do anything to enslave the people in order to control us. Look, that's going to be it for today. There's a lot more I can talk about because I'm going to try to talk about history because in history we'll learn. We'll learn a lot more of what these people are. Because it all started out with the foundation of the Democrat Party. I don't know if it was during the American Civil War or when it was founded. I'm going to have to check it out. I'll check it out because there's information that give me that tells me, look, it was founded in so and so years. Just I haven't looked it up. But since their foundation, they've been evil. They're the contrary of the Republican Party. You know, I'm not going to say there's not people that are racist in the Republican Party, because I know there are. There are people that are racist everywhere. But at least, it's way less evil than what the Democrat Party has turned into, because they're just pure evil. And they're the ones who are calling us Nazis. They are the true Nazis. I'm going to talk a little bit further about that. I'm going to finish here because I don't want to go take too much time, because then to load up is a problem. So God bless you all. See you tomorrow, hopefully. Bye-bye.